Oh, now we are live. So, good afternoon, YouTube. We are here for another English immersion. My name is Camila. I'm going to be the host from this conversation, and I am here with Luis, Isabel, and Diogo. For those who don't know, just a short explanation about the platform, what we are doing here, what is Talk and Talk. So, for those who don't know, Talk and Talk it's a language conversation platform. And here you can find the conversations in English, Spanish, French, Italian, and Mandarin also. And this is a safe environment. Here you can talk without any worries about your mistakes. Oh, there is another people, just a second, about your mistakes. And we can just learn from the practice. We are create a natural environment when you can use your English to be better. And that's it about the platform. And we usually start with the self-presentations from the others. So, Diogo, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Diogo. I am 37 years old. I live in São Paulo. I work as a software developer for a company. I graduated in technology from the University Uninove 10 years ago. Since then, I have worked in projects and my focus in software development. And I go is to become a technology key director. In my free time, I like to spend time with my family, work in the park, and go to the mall. That's it.
Oh, thank you, Diogo. It's a pleasure to see you here. I hope you can enjoy the platform, okay?
Okay.
And how about you, Luis? Could you please?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Luis. I'm from Campo Grande City. I am 44 years old. I am a data analyst. I am here talk to improve my speaking skills in English language. And my spare time, I like to listen music, study music, watch movies, and sleep sometimes. And it's this.
Thank you, Luis. So nice to see you here, okay? And how about you, Isabel?
Well, guys, my name is Isabel. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Florianópolis, south of Brazil, and I'm a graphic designer. I'm talking talk since the beginning of the last year, 2023, and by now just studying English. And in my free time, I like read books, watch movies, and go out a little bit.
Thank you, Isabel. And you, Yasmin. Hello again. I am replacing Catherine, okay? Could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, sure. Good afternoon, guys. I'm Yasmin. I'm 19 years old. I live at São Paulo capital. Nowadays, I work as an intern on software development, and I'm here in Talk and Talk to practice my English, my Spanish too. I'm a host of these two both languages. And in my free time, I like to read books, watch series, watch movies too. And I think that's it.
Thank you, Yasmin. So, guys, about me, my name is Camila. I am 4 years old. I live in São Paulo, the capital. I work as an accountant in an energy company. I've been here in Talk and Talk since April from this year, and I decided to become an English host in July. What else? I'm here to improve my English skills. I work in a Japanese company, and we use English almost every day there. And I need to improve my English. I love to be in touch with the language. I know a little bit about Spanish, but my main focus is about English. I would like to start study French soon, but for now it's just English and Spanish. In my free time, let me see. I will try to go to the gym again today. Of course, it's Monday, right? So this is the official day to start to go to the gym. So I will try again. And what else? I love to read. I love to be here at the platform to put the English in practice. So I think that's it about myself. And as I said to you guys, the topic is playing is a right. So we can start with the question number one. Could you please, Isabel, read and answer?
Sure. Why is play considered a fundamental right for children? Well, actually, it's a good question because I don't understand a lot of the reasons why play is very important and why our brain is related with that and how children grow up better with play, for example. But I believe that is related with the actually the how people grow and how play is related with your maturity and your imagination. So children have this a lot actually imagination, and children needs to uh, become better and grow, and in the future have more maturity. So I believe play helps they with that. And actually, I don't know. I just think that is related with imagination and related how children see the world and how plays is related with that too. But it's a difficult question, actually.
It's difficult, right, to think like that.
Yeah.
But the fundamental right from children, I think is different. It's difficult
Mm-hmm.
to answer that question. I have
Yeah, I believe so.
the same problems as you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Isabel.
Thank you.
And how about you, Luis? Do you have kids, right? Oh, I cannot listen to you.
No, I don't have kids.
Oh, sorry.
Me and my wife, we decided don't have kids, and yes, it's a hard question to answer, and but I think that's very important that kids has the fundamental right to play because helps a lot in the development of a lot of abilities that we'll need in the future. You know, like social abilities, like a rich imaginary, like Isabel said before, and this kind of things. You know.
Yeah, it's hard to explain that. Maybe is the way, the fantasy could be the way to try to show the word for the kids, maybe try to put the
Yes,
ways
yes,
that.
and the imaginary that we have in the our childhoods is very important because if you think when I was a child, I had the opportunity to read a lot of books. For example, Russian books, books from all the classics, since Don Quixote
Oh,
until Dostoevsky in my teenage years. So
wow.
my imaginary was very rich, like music as well, like the classics, composers, all these things, and was very fun, you know, in the childhood because uh, there is no was a time of a lack of technology, you know, so it's
No,
very
yeah, yeah, for sure,
you
for
only
sure.
you only had to read, play, and listen music, you know.
Yes, I was wondering here when this is the way that you build your point of view about the word. So if you,
Yes,
as you said, if you have different books, different music to take it, I think it's different. You can have a mind, an open mind to understand different ways, right?
yeah, to understand the word because the word is not only shopping centers and McDonald's, things like that. You know.
I totally agree, Luis. Thank you. And how about you, Diogo? We are talking
Um,
about the question number one, okay?
yes, yes. For me, it is the play considered necessary in this time because the children's it is imagination, creativity, it stimuli a creativity the children's. It is very nice, but don't I don't agree the work, infantile work, because the children's it is a moment de play, not work for me.
Okay, nice. I get it. Thank you, Diogo. And you, Yasmin?
I think it's a difficult question, but I think they
It is.
consider that fundamental art because, like you all said before, it's very important to develop skills. I think is the only way to develop social skills in the childhood because we didn't have a lot of access to a lot of people. So when we play with another children, we are able to develop social skills, and I think it's good to mental health too because I think the children's mind is not able to think about problems, think about work, like Diogo said. I think it is very, very difficult for them understand the word because they didn't have the things formed in the brain yet. So I think is the time to develop skills and didn't worry with the problems. So I think is a fundamental right and is a thing that is essential to develop our children.
Yes. I was wondering here. I know a kid. She is 9 years old. And she's like a mature kid, like when you are talking with the kid and you can see that she has responsibility from his mom sometimes, and said like, oh, I need to get my uniform to go to school. And she's like a different kid, and this is nice, but I am worried about because she's not enjoying the childhood. She is responsible, of course. She is really mature. She has a different way to see the world. Like she talk about the anxious. She talk about adults problems, and I know that she could suffer a lot in the future because we are jumping some steps, I guess, right? And I don't know, this is from her. No one said like no one talk about anxious with the kids, but she felt like this, and she said different things. She has a situation when the dog die, the dog from the family die, and she said to his father, because her father was really sad. She said, oh, he's going to the heaven, you don't need to worry. Like she is a kid. So it's different when I see this situation. I was remember here why it's important to respect these steps, right, in the childhood. So let's move on to the question number 2, guys. Diogo, could you please read and answer?
Yes. Number two.
Yes, please.
Okay. Um, how does play contribute to the children's physical, emotional, and social development? Uh, for me, uh, uh, the development, the children's, it is the articulations, it is developed very nice, the children's, uh, because the practical exercises,
Mhm.
emotional, it's very good too, because time at relax, and the imagination, evolution, the creativity, of the children's, the social developer. For me, it's very important because the play of the other kids, it is the improve the social of the each kids. For me, it is very important they play uh, in these points, the physical, the emotional, the social. It's very, very, very nice. Development and which children for me.
Nice, nice, Diogo. I totally agree with you. We need to I don't know nowadays, but I think in school we are practicing these skills. I'm gonna say that, but I don't know now nowadays how it's work for sure. Thank you, Diogo. And how about you, Isabel?
Well, all those aspects are increased by uh, how children play in the childhood. We know that. But also, I believe that when kids are playing, maybe in the future they can be discover a new talent. For example, a child that loves to draw in the childhood. So in the future, maybe it's something that he or she will work with that, or maybe will development that, or even play soccer, something like that. So I believe not only improve those relationships aspects, like how those kids will relation with each other and become better in this emotional aspect, but also develop his only talents actually. So I believe it's very, very important.
Yes, and about the emotional, maybe we are faking a situation, right? When you're a kid, you can say, "Oh, this is girl needs some. What she needs to do? She need to take a shower. She need to go to school." And then I think it's the way that we are learning, not learning, we are teaching the kids. I guess for me, it's really important. I don't have kids, but if I had, I would be a for sure imaginary mom, like doing different things, using different clothes just to put these kids in the environment, create a different things. I guess I should be like that. Thank you, Isabel. And how about you, Yasmin?
I think play is very important when we are children. I think this develop a lot the physical things. For example, if you are a kid and you play a lot and fall a lot too, you start
Okay.
to have more conscience about your body, about the locals too. You will be more worried about sometimes walk a little slow to not become hurted again. So I think this start to develop the physical things too. And of course, the emotional, for example, if you are playing competitive game and you lose, you start to develop the emotional side too, because you have to learn how to lose too. And social development is, I think, is the bigger development when we are children. I think is very important, and I think this affect a lot. By the way, if you didn't play with another children, maybe you will grow up a more introspective or shy person. So I think play contributes a lot. I think, like I said before, is the easier way that children have contact with the world, because they sometimes they still aren't in the school, they still aren't working, I hope. So is the time to uh, have the development, social, physical, and emotional in an easy way, like playing, doing the things that are good for them.
Yes, I totally agree, Yasmin, for sure. I know another kid, the guy who he is, I think, 7. I don't know. and he hates to lose a football game. He hates. And when we are playing and he feels like, oh, I'm gonna lose this game, he try to, oh, let's stop the game. Let's try to do other things. And this is the way that I talk with her mother and parent and father, like they need to know how to lose. They need to feel like how bad it is, because we have every day something that you don't like to feel. And nowadays, I guess this new generation are facing some problems with this, with the emotional way to deal with problems. So I know playing is really important, and when we are playing, we know the good way to win something and to the bad way to lose. But this is the way that we are building our emotional, I don't know, behavior, I guess. So I think it's totally important, and I am afraid about the new generation, about this lack of some problems in the childhood, because they are facing this as adult and the world is not so good to them. So I totally agree as me. Thank you. And your turn, Luis. What do you think?
Well, I totally agree with your all opinion about all you said before, and I was remember he is. I think that's the is the way that needs to this is the things that must be in the real life, because when we are children and we start to play, it's like it's something like when you realize that you are starting your life, occupying some adult life, for example, you will realize that you are playing and discovering a lot of feelings like win and lose, how you said before. Uh, Work with your group friends and this kind of things, you know.
Yeah, this is the it's hard to explain the importance, I don't know, for these little things, I guess, because uh, this looks like simple, but it's important for me, I think, for sure, because they need to pass through this, I guess.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, Luis. Let's move on, guys, to the question number 3. Do you want to read the answer, Yasmin? I put the questions, okay, for you.
Okay, thank you. What are the barriers that prevent children, especially in disadvantaged communities, from accessing playing opportunities? I think when we are facing a community that didn't have money enough to survive, the children must to start to work, and this is really bad because in some situations they needed to get out from school, even from school, and they don't have time enough to enjoy the childhood because they need to work to survive. So this is really bad, and I think this is the biggest, maybe the biggest reason for that.
Yes, this is a tough question, right? I was thinking here, this is hard to answer. Thank you, Yasmin. And you, Isabel, what do you think about this question?
Well, I believe that Yasmin said right things about that. I don't understand a lot of the how children face on those situations, but I believe that play is something that children have like intuitives.
Mm-hmm.
So they play because I don't know, they are children, they want to do that, and actually they don't know why. Something that is I believe is his entire nature. So if children are not playing, it's because something outside is putting a barrier on that. Maybe, as Yasmin said, I don't know, the children need to work, so they don't have too much time to play. or their families are facing on a difficult situation in their house, so they don't need too much space to play and needs to deal with a lot of problems. It's a lot of situations that have specific things, but in general, I believe that every children wants to play, and maybe even they're passing through difficult situations. His nature, you try to find a time and a way to play. So I know that we have some examples that in some communities have, for example, projects that leaves levar for the children, for example, some sport, something like that, to play with those children. So I have some examples like that, but it's a difficult to imagine the situation, I believe.
Yes, I was thinking here, maybe close to here. I live in São Paulo, so it's normal to see some kids working in the traffic light here sometimes. And as you said, playing is natural from them. I think it is because maybe they are trying to sell something for you, candy. And when you said, "Oh no, thank you," they are just jumping. I don't know, just doing kids stuff, like they don't think like I am losing because it's natural. They can play with a paper. They can change a paper to a ball. This is normal to them. The way that they are. I don't know. They are so. I gonna say I forgot the word. Innocent, I guess. I don't know. This is innocent, silly maybe, but they don't see the heavy of the word. So this is natural to them. Like just playing, even when we are in a bad situation. So I think it's normal. Thank you, Yasmin. And how about you, Diogo? What do you think about this question number 3?
Um, for me, I agree that the children's in situation this uh, uh, in other places, the trash, it is not a place common for the childrens. It's very difficult. It's very terrible for the childrens. But in other places, the playground, it is acessível, the, how do you say, praça, for the kids play. It's a situation bad for kids, the communities, for me.
Yes, you're right. Maybe we have a church project, maybe with who helps the kids sometimes. A
Yes,
space, yes. Here in São Paulo happens a lot. They go to the church or I don't know, a specific place who can get your kids there and try to make some activities. This is not the school, but some different activities, I guess. This can help in communities, I think. Thank
yes,
you.
yes.
Thank you, Diogo. And your turn, Luis.
Well, I think that's unfortunately it's a sad situation that happened in our country for a long time, and it's difficult because due to the economic situation of our country, we we always see this sort of situation happening all the time, and this reach the kids, and this situation of to see a lot of kids selling some stuffs in the traffic lights is a very sad, and I I can't see. Yes, we have a lot of people helping, a lot of institutions, and a lot of of a good intentions, but we need to, we like a society, we need to improve these things for the people who lives in a low condition. No, it's very sad.
Yes, or it's find a way to protect them, right? Because if they are vulnerable sometimes in this place, no one are pay attention to them. Maybe they are. It's hard to think about that, guys, because they needed the small things to survive, but they don't get it, and they are losing the childhood from them. This time cannot go back anymore, so it's hard to think about this situation. But I think I could be wrong, I know, but I think we have some help from the people around this community or inside of the community. They go there and try to help them in this situation, but I know this is not enough, I guess. This is not the and for me, the hard situation is when when I see someone using the kids to get money or selling things. This is the hard because the kids are without in clothes sometimes and not in a good situation, and they using the kids. So for me, it's the worst. Thank you, Luis. Uh, then let me see. Diogo, your turn. Do you want to read the question number 4 and answer?
Yes, yes. The question number 4. uh, in what ways does play help children's learning about their cultural identify and values? For me, it is very nice the learning about culture and values. The forms help a lot uh, uh, the children's the ways for example, uh, the how do you say brincadeiras de tradicional Brazilian tradicional, yes. It is very nice ways the children learning about cultural and identify values. For example, the children's play in the police roubo, né? It is valors, bring valors in the kids. For me, it is very nice. Others bring uh, valors in was children's for me.
Thank you, Diogo. I love it to play with this policy and the others. I don't know how to say this in English, that this play in English, but I love it. And I know this is important because you can teach them like this. We have the to respect, right? And we can teach about the professional to them, the professional environment to them. So I love it. Thank you, Diogo. And your turn, Luis. What do you think of this?
I think that's very important to learn about a lot of cultural identity because, for example, I live in a small city, and my city there's the characteristic to have a lot of immigrants from all over the
Yeah.
world. Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes. For example, in my block, in my street, my family came from Poland, and my neighbor came from Syria, and
well,
then my wife is Japanese. So
Oh,
was a totally a lot of different cultural and at the same time a lot of Brazilian culture as well. So it was a very fun and what I can see today, for example, when I was a child, the groups were more heterogeneous, I think, because you make friends with uh, the poor guy, the rich guy, the the bad students, the good students, everyone was together. So you have a lot of fun. So you learned a lot how to develop your social skills because you need to respect everyone as the same. And yes, I think that when you play with your team, for example, you need to be friendly with everyone and you need to have fun, and be respect with everyone.
yes. This is nice to know about your city. This is nice because they can grow up
Yes,
together, right?
yes, because it was a very small seat, and very funny.
Oh, nice. Good to know about that. Thank you, Luis. Now, how about you, Yasmin? What do you think about this question?
I think it's a difficult question, but um, I think when we are children, we are more receptive. I don't know if this word exists in English, but we accept more the things more easily. I think according we get older, we have more difficult to accept the other's opinion. But when we are children, we are still developing our values. So it's more easy to know about the other's culture in situations like Luis said, when are a lot of people from different places, different economic situations, different realities. We just, when we are children, we just worry to one thing that is, oh, I'm with another kid, so I want to play. So it is very, very easy to make social connections when we are children. And I think other thing that help with the values is the kind of place that we are doing. Because we start to learn that if we do wrong things, we will have consequences. For example, in sports, if we hurt someone, we will be I don't know how it's expulso, but let me search here. Expel it, kick it out. If we hurt someone in a game, we will be kicked out from the game. So we start to learn that everything that we do will have consequences. So we start to understand what is right, what is wrong. If we do something wrong, we will have the consequences. So I think the values is built in a really soft way. Sometimes we didn't notice this, but in the future, when we come back to look at the past, we start to look for these things.
Yes, I agree. Yasmin, I was thinking here, maybe if you grow up in a small family and you are only a kid, the family who has only a kid, and this kid decide to go to school, the kid can see the world differently. Like you need to, you can. This is not your toy. Everyone would play to the same. So I think is the way that maybe they fought a lot to get the toy or fight the, "Oh, this is mine but this is not yours." You can learn to divide to the others. You can learn it the time it's your time to play, but you need to respect the others. So for me it's important to grow up in a society or a group because you can teach from the others and helps to develop yourself like if you will learn how to put your words like or put your boundaries or limits like from the other, right? So the kids uh, can do it as a kid, like said, I don't like it, I don't like it, I dislike it, this thing. So I think it's totally important, totally important. And thank you, Yasmin. And how about you, Isabel?
Yeah, I agree. That helps a lot. And children don't need to participate in deeply discussions about philosophy and social behaviors to understand what is right or wrong and how humans are related with each other. It's more simple to children learn good things and plays an example. So in play, the children will learn that in some situations they need to share his own toy to another, for example, as we talked later, or I need to obey my parents because I need to obey my parents, simple things like that. So I believe it helps a lot. And about culture and identity, is what about you said too, guys, about the different place that specific cultures have, like in Brazilian or different countries, and how all kids can play together. Even these are difficult, different typical plays that have in different countries. So I believe it's interesting aspects too.
Yes, but I decided to. I was in this immersion schedule as a attendee as you guys, and I replaced Catherine. But I was thinking here how this is important when we are kid and need to go through these steps. This is almost impossible to grow up without pass through this, because this is the way that you learn how to be a human being, I guess. So it's totally important. Thank you, Isabel. I think we have time for another question. Oh, this is a. Let's move on. Question number 5. Isabel, do you want to read the answer? This is difficult,
Sure.
I guess.
Okay. Let me see. How can schools balance academic rigor with the need for children to engage in recreational play? Mm, well, it's difficult. I know that when children are very young, on even in the typical classes like mathematics or Portuguese, they learn things with play stuff. I don't know how teachers deal with that and do those things, but I know that we have this experience. But when kids grow up a little bit and the academic rigor is more present in their lives. I know that, for example, the exercise class, physical education, I don't know is the correct term, is the only class that kids will have to play. So I believe it's very important to even put some value in that, because I remember that I liked very much this class because of this, because we play some soccer or even on other activities in this specific class. So I believe that increase this class, even the kids will pass through a biggest academic rigor. It's better to balance. The only class that I remember that has this play, typical activity, even the kids grow up, is this exercise class.
Yes, and I love it when I had this because we are just studying in indoor activities like studying, reading. And then when I had the physical class, I was like, oh my gosh, we can go outside and play. I was I really, I don't know how to say that. I love it to be in touch with the kids playing other things like basketball, and I love it to be there. I was a competitive kid, so I love it. And not nowadays, but I love it to be. I think it's really important. Thank you, Isabel. And how about you, Yasmin? What do you think about this question number 5?
Is a difficult question
It
to
is, right?
but I think when we passed through, we stopped to have all just the plays because when we are really young, we didn't have the educational indoor. We just have all day playing or sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
So I think when we changed that, it's important to the teachers try to do a class more, how can I say that? But I don't know if there's a word that I want to say, but something more easy to children engage with that. For example, if you want to teach math, you can use blocks to show how the sum works, how the multiplication works in a visual way. I think if the teachers start to teach using these kind of tools that are more visual and will engage the children because sometimes they put account on the board, but it's hard to know what is that, how this works, why is that way. But if they bring these visual tools, maybe a play tool too, for example, when the children start to learn science, trying to bring experience with that, I think is good to engage the children because it's hard to be a children and have to pass like 8 hours sitting in
My
a
gosh.
chair is something really hard. So if the teachers start to bring these visual and recreative tools, I think it will be better and maybe will help in the transition too, because it's very hard the transition on that. Like you play all of the days, have a vacation, and after that start to have a education with math, Portuguese, these kind of educations that we have to make exams, have lessons on it. So I think it's a very hard transition. And if the teachers bring tools to help on that, will be more soft, I think.
Yes, maybe the kids have the obligation to go to school just to play. Like you have to go there, you must go there just to play. And then they enjoy to go to school. But then when this happens, then when this change, like you need to have notes, a notebook, you need to understand how to I don't know, write. And then the kids are going, oh my gosh, but what time we are going to play? This is hard to put in their mind the importance of these things. And maybe I don't know how long this could take a time to pass through this, like being a student for sure instead of just playing. So it's a hard moment, I guess, for the kids. Thank you, Yasmin. And how about you, Diogo? What do you think about that?
Um, I don't know, but I think in in school, for me, it is a physical education. For me, it is a, a, a play in the interval, a opportunity, the playtime, the children's play in interval. Uh,
Oh yeah.
for me, it's this. Yes,
They can play in these moments, right? In the middle of the classes. Oh yeah.
yes.
Oh yes, that's true. Okay. Thank you, Diogo. And your turn, Luis.
Well, it's a hard question, and I really don't
It is.
know what to answer because when I was in my childhood time in school, was very hard because was it was very hard in my elementary school, and a lot of pressure for good notes, and
Oh yeah.
your notes were the but I think that was okay. And that's it. But I don't know how to answer this question.
I think it's
Uh,
part of our life, right? They are
yes,
seeing the small things like the word is hard. This happens right there.
yeah. I think that must be a real challenge to deal with the students nowadays, because nowadays we have a lot of distracted things like smartphones
Yeah.
and all this technology for everyone.
Yes, I agree. I don't know if this is correct way, but it's stimulations. The kids, they are getting in touch so soon, and they feel different things as we are just feeling as adults, like anxious, as I said in the beginning of the immersion from the other girls. I never had this when I was a kid. I used to play in with my neighborhoods, and I start at 8 a.m. and finish maybe at 7 p.m. like all day playing. I don't I don't get time to feel anxious when I was a kid, so it's
Yes,
hard, guys. It's hard to talk about that. I'm gonna put the link here, guys, from the survey. And if you want to take a minute to answer, it's really important for me and from the platform. And if you want to choose a topic to discuss, you can bring idea and do not worry, it's totally anonymous. And at the beginning of the conversation, I was like, oh, this is a okay, let's easy conversation, let's talk. And at the middle, I was like, oh my gosh, topic is so deeply, right? I was like, oh my gosh, how can we talk about this? I don't have kids, I said to you guys, but I think they need to change something nowadays. They are facing different problems in schools and childhood. So this is so actual topic, like we are talking about kids, but this is still happen, and I think these different things need to be in a good importance and high level, right, discussion. So I would like to ask you, Diogo, how was the conversation? I know you are new here at the platform.
Yes, for me it is very nice, amazing, amazing. I thank you because I feel included in all the time. It is very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Diogo. It's a pleasure to see you here, and keep it going, don't give up. And I hope see you
Okay.
soon, guys. Thank you very much, Yasmin. Thank you very much, Isabel, Luis, and Diogo. And I hope